All right, so let's get this started. We got Tim here. Tim, what's your character? Tell me about your character.
Oh, he had to go to me first. He is a victim of the cuckening.
Can you elaborate? What is the cuckening?
The cuckening.
Cuckgate.
He's a, I don't know how old he is, but he's
probably his 30s, 40s.
Yeah, he's a middle-aged, young to middle-aged father in a small village, basically a hunter-gatherer village, in the wilderness. And he grew up with a lot of values being taught to him with from his father, with him and his brothers. He grew up in this village, ended up meeting a woman in this village, and kind of wanted to settle down and make a life for himself. Until one day he discovered that his wife was being unfaithful. He found her in the act with the white elk.
With the white elk?
And that event kind of shaped him. That was really kind of the first negative character experience that he'd had, and it's kind of altered him. Before he was kind of just living his life, trying to be a good father. And
now he had a chance to kill the white elk when he was hunting on his own, and he chose not to. He chose not to go down that path, but it's one that stuck with him, like the thoughts.
Yeah, like the idea is definitely there in his head. He just wants to. He's afraid that if he does it, he wouldn't be able to stop, and
right.
He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to find out what doing that would make him personally. What
right.
would make it change? How it would change his character.
Right. All right, and then he signed on for this expedition to stop or investigate where this fog, this monster-filled fog, is coming from. Almost kind of like consigning his life to do this, in a search for purpose.
Yeah, he felt like he needed to wash the shame from his life by one way or another.
Yeah.
He kind of thought that if he just stayed where he was,
right.
It was going to consume him. And he hopes that if the fog is able to be lifted, that symbolically,
yeah,
it could lift the shame from his life. Maybe he feels if he can be part of a great act, it'll.
It's kind of interesting because I believe that your character and his character, Mykal's character, have very similar reasonings. In that you're trying to redefine yourself or find a new purpose or die trying, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mykal, tell us about your character.
So my character's name's Durand.
All right, so your character, he grew up as with these mercenaries. His father used to beat the hell out of him, and then what he ended up doing was he pretty much became one of them.
Yeah, and now they were slaying a town, and he ended up keeping a child alive. He killed the family, but kept the child alive, seeing something in
the child that
was him.
Yeah.
And then we ended up going to the front lines to fight the fog, and I got the choice of either
risking
my life and saving the child, or leaving the child for him to die. And I chose option 2 out of that.
So it's almost like leaving a part of yourself to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's been stuck with me ever since.
All right. Cool. And you're doing this because basically, just like Tim's character, you want to
either find something
You gave weapon X
to find another reason to live, or find a way to end it all.
Okay. Now, Ryan, your character is a Vrill, which is like a mole radish orc-like creature. Tell us about him.
All right, his name is Laagburrs. He was previously, earlier in his life, he was almost like a raid leader. Kind of had a small following that he would take and raid human villages with. And one day he was kind of shamed in battle, by a larger Vrill, and he nearly died. He bears the scars of that fight almost proudly.
Yeah.
But he had to shame himself to escape.
I love that, man.
So
is that the kind of thing he's going for?
Yeah.
Like, he greatly respects. Okay.
Yeah, he respects and he hates
For what he did,
yeah. After the battle, after he escaped, he was too weak to kind of survive on his own. A human family took him in and healed him.
Right.
Brought him back up to being able to sustain himself, and he ignored his instincts, which were to kill.
Yeah.
And instead left, trying to find a way to make himself stronger, to grow himself, to be able to come back to
the Subterranean.
His tribe and take back over.
Why is he volunteering for this? I mean, he's created a legend for himself through deeds that he's done that were always kind of misunderstood as heroic. But now he's got this legend. Why is he undertaking this journey? Why is he going to the fog?
He's doing it entirely for himself. He wants to kill these monsters and beat back the fog and show that he is the strongest of the Vrill and that he deserves to
be acknowledged as a legend.
Yes.
Okay. Sweet. All right, so start you guys off. You're all on the solitary road. It's carved by pretty much an open plains. It used to be like a mark of infrastructure that led caravans from one location or to another. But entire city has been consumed in the fog, and now the three of you who volunteered for this task, and you are not the only volunteers. They've decided instead of sending a whole army into this thing, they're sending small cells, pockets of humanity or heroes to go in and try to solve this crisis. But here you are on this road. Everyone tell me one thing about the significance of this road to the realm itself.
It was the main highway for transporting goods between Boreas and other areas before the fog came through.
Okay.
It has the mark of the advancement of the society before the fog.
Yeah.
So it's technologically it's well above the other roads in the area.
Okay.
So
it's not a dirt road. It's like well paved.
Right. It's falling into disrepair now, but think of like the Roman roads of old. Like it was kind of like a badge of honor that this was able to be manufactured and engineered.
Okay.
It was always high traffic because of it being a trade road, one of the main roads, as he said. There used to be so much going on, and now since the fog has rolled in,
it's just dead.
It's dead. It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's odd.
So here you are. The realm in which you serve is called Rorik, or some people call it Rorikstead, like Rorik, my home. You find yourselves standing on this road, looking into this mist, and it's almost like you can see faces within. What are your thoughts?
It's an ominous feel because you're looking into what could potentially be your demise.
Right.
And symbolically, it really is the demise of our society as it was anyway. So there's a lot of trepidation because you don't know if you're going to your death. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know what you're going to find in there. I mean, we all have experience with the things that come out of this fog, right?
Yeah, but not what's in the fog.
So we don't know if we're going into like this hive. We don't know anything about it. So it's uncertainty is the biggest feeling.
Death is another way to live.
So you're just like, I'm down. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready. How do you feel about this?
Laagburrs he's excited. He doesn't care what's in that fog. He knows he's going to kill it.
Yeah. So he's confident.
He's confident. He's grim resolve.
I'm going to say right now, before we continue onward, your character, Tim's character, Boragon, how do you feel about Mykal's character, Drund? And Drund, how do you feel about Boragon? This is like the first time you guys have probably traveled together for a small, short of time. But you can probably gather that, small amounts of information from each other.
I feel pretty confident that he's going to get killed before me, and he's going to be one of the reasons I'm able to escape.
So you don't have to be faster than a bear.
Right, just faster than Jormund. I don't have any ill will toward him. You know, it's not like an arrogant thing or like a malice thing. It's just
survival tool. Yeah.
Right. Well, he seems very. Both these guys seem gung ho, whereas like Boragon has a kid. You know, he has a family that he's doing this for, whereas these guys are doing it for glory.
You just see them as just like mercenary kind of.
They're basically like a means to an end. You know what I mean? If I can, like you said, be faster than them instead of being faster than the bear.
So and you.
Not a malicious thing.
Your RSVP.
I want to see how he's gonna work. I want to see how he's gonna work in battle. I want to see how he's gonna help the group. How he's not gonna cause us all to die.
So you're actually, the two of you are very similar in thought, because your thing is, how can he be utilized?
Yes.
Like how can I utilize this person, this human being? Okay. How do you guys feel about the Vrill? You've always heard stories about Vrill. You've heard legends about this guy, but now it's before you, and it's a hideous blemish on this road. Because this thing does not look human. It's a hideous thing.
He's at equal level with him right now for me.
All right, so utilization.
Yeah.
So your whole thing is like, I don't care what race you are. If you're not useful,
get out of the way.
I'm pretty confident that he'll be able to kill some of these things that I've encountered.
Okay.
He seems like he has an element of more brute strength than my character.
Monsters versus monsters.
My character's the least combat oriented, so he's gonna use that to his advantage, because hopefully these guys draw, the attention of whatever we're facing.
All right. Here's another thing that there in this world there are things called esos. They're, like I said, they're kind of like magic users. Any magic user that has gone into the fog has never come back. And there's been reports of ESO going in and then just being drained dry. Like, all of his potential of the magic that's within him, gone. So there's no magic users in this realm. It's just whatever the corruption and darkness that exists within this fog. How do you feel about these two guys?
I kind of look upon Boragon as almost weak. I can see that there's something holding him back, and I see him as weak. Okay. I know that he's not as combat oriented. I know I could beat him in a fight. I know I could beat either of them in a fight in my mind.
In your mind, yeah.
Other than that, I see them as potential fights. Everyone around me is a potential kill. Not in a malicious way. It's just, if I have to kill you, I'll kill you. Other than that, he's indifferent. He doesn't care too much about how they can be utilized. I'm willing to take on this fight on my own if
you
I
have
to.
Yeah. So you're like, your whole thing is just like, they're here. Mm-hmm. Vestigial limbs, like, okay.
I'm here for the fight. I'm not here for you.
Yeah, not for friendship. Okay, so, and with all three of you is a scribe, a man of learning, a scholar. Each group has been assigned a scribe, and this one is young and fresh-faced. He's supposed to help you guys, like, basically, he's going off of old legends, but he's been kind of quiet and keeping to himself. Each one of you tell me one thing about this character.
He's very clumsy.
All right. So he stands up and he says, "To the fog!" And he trips and breaks his neck. Dead.
Oh, he's a nice meat shield now.
It doesn't kill him, so we have to load him in the wagon.
He's a vegetable for the rest of his life.
He's eager to please, especially to these guys who are more intimidating.
Yeah.
So he's eager to, like, kind of be their friend and get on their good side.
Okay.
I actually find his writing and his reading and everything secretly impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not a scholar.
Yeah.
And I find that a little impressive. I'm not going to tell him.
Right.
I'm not going to let him know.
But you keep that.
But I have a quiet respect for this small, weak, young human going into.
So do you think he's like the cart that he's with? It's got a bunch of books that might be useful on this journey. So he's probably researching and reading and writing as this is going on. And so clumsy, eager to please these guys, and very, very learned man. So he looks towards the two of you and he goes, well, whenever you're ready.
You get in my way, I'm going to use you as a shield.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm not going to look at anybody. I'm gonna stay focused on the fog, and I'm gonna walk in.
All right.
Are we on foot?
Yeah, but there is a cart, and the cart is pretty much trailed by a gargan. Gargan are stupid, almost like bovine beasts that have almost like ram skull, so it's like a cow and a ram, and they're dumb, really, really dumb. So most animals have been fleeing the fog. What's the gargan's name? Just throw it out there.
He just refers to himself as Gargan.
Okay, so everyone just calls him Gargan. The Gargan is an animal, by the way. So the Gargan is, they're just like, all right, Gargan. It's like calling a dog. All right, so Gargan goes, starts to tread forward, and you can hear the rattle of the cart as it moves towards an almost eerie silence. What do you guys do?
I kind of want to scope the area to see if there's anything on the periphery of the fog, or if I can see.
Like I said, every once in a while you see what almost you could assume to be a human face emerging from the fog, but it's a trick of the eye. You don't know. The three of you are all standing in silence, so you can't confirm it or not, if it's just you seeing it or if it's something everyone can see.
Well, he started walking.
Yeah. He started walking in. I draw my sword, and I follow in behind.
The two of you walk in. You watch as their skin dissolves into like a paste. Good game, guys.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go home. Bye, YouTube.
Yeah, bye, YouTube. No, you just watch as they disappear into the fog. Then the guy looks at you and goes, say something to them and see if they hear you.
I call out to him.
What do you say?
Are you alive?
Here you go. Okay, so no response.
No response? Alright, Gorgon.
Gargan looks at
Gargan, go ahead in there, Gargan.
you. He looks at you quizzically and then looks at the fog and then looks back at you and then nods and walks over. And then it disappears into the fog. And then
did he pull the cart with him?
Yeah, the scholar as well.
All right.
Scholar looks at you as he goes in.
We're here to do a job, so we go in together.
You find that as soon as you step in, the fog almost kind of dissipates. It's no longer the thick, ubiquitous thing that was like permeated the whole area. You find that the fog is actually kind of, once you're inside, it softens. Like you can now see things, but everything's like misty, like being in a room filled with smoke. You can see everything, but it's hazy and cloudy. But the one thing that all of you notice once you're inside is that you feel like that moment, like when you were out in the woods and you knew that you came across a bear, and there was that predatory thing where you knew it was kill or be killed. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing when you were out on the battlefield, when someone was trying to put a mace in your skull. It's the same time when you were in the subterranean lairs and that one thing tried to eat your legs. It's that moment of fight or flight, but it's constant. And it's something that doesn't go away, even though you know immediately you're not in danger.
I'm liking this.
Yeah.
This is my element.
Sounds like a good day to die.
What's that?
Sounds like a good day to die.
Do you say that out loud? The scholar goes, I certainly hope not. Oh.
It's I find it to be almost a calming feeling. Like it's like you're on the hunt.
Yeah.
Like if you move wrong, it puts me in my element.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you move wrong,
so all three of you embrace this sort of madness. Mm-hmm. Okay. You move forward, and you start to walk. I'm going to create a drama scene right now between your two characters. And how about this? I'll posit something to you. Tell me if you like the idea or not. Your character wants to talk to his character about him being weak. So.
As soon as we walk in, it's like, you weak bastard.
Well, what I want to say is, like, you don't want to come up. Well, you might be that blunt, but you're like something along those lines, like, you're weak. I don't think you can handle this. Are you sure you're up to the snuff? Or you're trying to pry into see, like, you can see probably elements of him being strong, but there's something holding him back. So you might just kind of, like, on a lark, be like, hey, so what's your deal? Be very blunt about it. And your entire thing is, like, you can choose to tell him what your shame is, or you would keep it held in. So as the card is rolling, you guys are moving through the fog, and you and the scholar on one side, and you are on the other side. And you notice him, and you notice the weakness that you can see dwelling within him. What do you say?
I'm going to say, without looking at him, I'm going to say, are you sure you can hack it here?
I think I can handle it.
What makes you think that? 'Cause what I see is weakness, fear.
That's what I want you to see. I mean, I don't have anything to prove to you.
Now, when he says this, what is your character thinking?
I kind of respect that a little bit, kind of.
So he's gone up a notch?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
I understand the mentality.
Okay.
I still think he's deluded.
Yeah.
But if he wants to
hold it in,
if he wants to feign bravery, he can feign bravery.
All right. Is that kind of what your character thinks he's doing? He's feigning?
Yeah.
All right. So you just kind of snort at that?
Yeah.
So
he's just kind of grumble.
So obviously, this guy's trying to get under your skin. Well, how are you going to take this?
It doesn't bother me at all.
So you're just going to let it...
Yeah, I mean, his perception of me doesn't matter.
Right.
So if he thinks... whatever he thinks is kind of irrelevant. I'm more concerned with what's going on in the moment.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So I'll give you a fate point for not getting what you wanted. And I'll actually I'll give you another fate for being blunt, and I'll give you a fate point for your hide from the shame. So basically, you're just like, yeah, I'm not. No, thank you. All right. So as you're moving on, you hear you are trying to, like, remain focused. Mm-hmm. Roll your careful.
I'm careful?
Yep.
Just two. No, I'm just kidding. You roll them all.
Called it. Got him.
+1.
+1? 2. All you can hear is the muttering from the guy on the cart.
Carriage? Yeah, the cart.
And he's just like, he seems to be reading something, but still like he's doing it like, and it's very irritating. And it's like hard to pay focus. It's just like, he's like, okay, so if I...
God, you're pissing me off.
Yeah. If this formula, the statement is correct, and he's like, and you just stop. And then you go on forward, and you're right next to the guy, and he just won't stop. What do you do?
If you don't shut up, I'm gonna shut you up.
He looks, as if like he didn't notice you were talking to him because he was so self-absorbed. He doesn't say anything except keeps talking, and he goes, "What? Huh? Excuse me? Yes?
Silence.
I am perfectly silent.
I can hear you muttering to yourself."
He kind of withdraws and goes, "Oh, yes, I do that when I'm nervous. Terribly sorry."
You're still talking.
You guys roll your careful.
I have a 0 on. Oh, how many do we roll?
4.
4?
4. Right. Yep, roll 4. Got him. You got 0?
Yep, got 0.
You walk right into the mouth of a monster. Leads you.
I'm now.
You're dead.
It's you roll a new character.
We're gonna go through the whole process.
I got 1.
You got a 1?
Well, cumulatively.
Okay. Okay. You can succeed at a cost.
What am I trying to do?
Okay, so you can basically, you're trying to be observant. If you succeed at a cost, you get a fate point for 1. but something bad happens in the narrative. Something probably worse than what it would be.
Would these stunts come into play here? Because, I mean...
+2 for careful when concealing flaws or self. I'd say you're concealing yourself, so I would give you the +2.
Okay, so then it's 3.
3. Okay. So, yeah, okay, so you notice, like, basically as you're moving along, after his conversation, you see something off in the distance. It's almost like stenciled into the horizon. You see what looks to be a rock. But it's not a rock.
Have I experienced something like this before?
You've seen some of the beasts that come from the fog, and they're always different. You've never seen the same thing.
Okay.
But it just seems to be standing there.
So this stands out to me.
Yeah. Do you pay it any more mind?
Or
do you keep walking?
Yeah, I would keep a very close eye on it.
You watch as, at the crest of the rock, you see a bright red shine start to emanate, cut through the smoke.
I would signal to these guys to stop and look. I'd point at it.
All right.
It's a rock.
Okay. So I take it he doesn't see it.
Yeah. When he, since you're closer, when he points it out, you definitely see it.
Okay.
Why have we stopped?
Look up there, bud.
Why have we stopped?
Fair enough. All right.
I'm gonna mutter, stop talking, and then focus harder on the crest of the rock and try to see if I can.
I want to get a better look at it.
All right, roll careful one more time, and I'll give you a +1 because you're
both of us.
Yeah, because you're each taking the time to stare at this thing.
If the scholar keeps up, I'm gonna throw him. Got to Warhammer
Did you
all
get all
over
together?
again.
1.
Yeah, 1.
So
Either of you can succeed at a cost.
I'll do it.
You'll do it. All right. You get a fate point.
Sure.
Now with your eyes focused on it, you're looking at it, and you can actually see some of the lines that compose its body. It's almost ape-like in appearance. It's large and gray-skinned, but it's not like any beast you've seen. With a single red eye, it seems to be sitting as if waiting for you, perhaps to drop your guard. It's hunting.
Kill it with fire.
Probably could. Probably could.
Yeah, I want to.
It's definitely hunting you.
I do want to shoot it.
You want to shoot at it?
Yeah, if I'm close enough.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, what do I roll here?
You're using your daddy's bow for a careful shot, so you get a +3 with your careful. If you're taking careful aim.
Yeah, I would, because I want to make sure I drop this thing here.
So +4.
4.
Got 4?
Yep.
Alright. You loose an arrow. It sails through the air, plunging into the thing's neck, or what you would conceive as a heavy, huge neck. And as it hits, the thing barely registers it, notices, and then immediately animates and starts rushing towards your caravan. You notice this because you're right there.
Shit just got real.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna draw my bow, and I'm gonna take aim, and I'm gonna try to hit its eye.
All right.
So I have a +2.
That would be careful, though.
Is that careful?
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's careful aim.
All right.
If you're just going for a kill, you just...
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for a kill shot then.
All right.
So I've got a +2 on it I don't know. I've got the 3 and then a +2.
So 5.
5. Okay. 8. Sorry, 7.
7. Alright, so as the thing moves towards you, you will release another arrow. The arrow cuts through the air, slams deep into its chest, and then you pepper them as it keeps going. I'm assuming you're also firing arrows as well. So
Yeah.
you can go ahead and roll.
I'm gonna fire as
What's
many
Scholar
shots
doing?
as I can.
Scholar is like watching in dumb horror at the rushing thing. He kind of grasps for you and he goes, "I think we need your blade."
I'm gonna
I
do
can see this
careful.
happening, right?
Yes.
It's like, get out of the way.
He's on a cart, so
Oh
Yeah.
God! Why is this happening? All right, so a 1 again.
all right.
Why is this happening?
You shoot your arrow at him, and he catches it, puts it in his own bow, and fires it back. No. This thing is now rounding on you. It's larger than any bear you've ever seen. It's immense, and as it pounds against the ground, you can feel small little tremors underneath your feet. As you pound more shots into its chest, you can tell that its strength is waning, but it gets to you guys soon. That's when you pull
I need
up.
to create an advantage, so I need to draw its attention so it's away from the two.
So like,
So they can sit there, keep shooting at it.
so
while
you come running out in a full sprint. We're like, hey!
I want to throw a scholar at him so bad, but no.
Throw the skull.
You big, look over here, you big dumb!
Throw it and call it. Well, yeah. Because my great strength, I get a +2 when I'm flashily engaged in close combat.
That's close combat.
Yeah.
Throwing scholar is not close combat.
Are you gonna throw the scholar?
Scholar
want
throw.
to.
All right, so what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna,
You just get these.
try and gain its attention to avert its eyes over to me so they can sit there and shoot at it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the brunt of the force. So I'm gonna forcefully draw its attention, so
Seems
create
like
an advantage.
like-
So because I'm a master with my sword, I get a +2 when I forcefully create an advantage for my
All right, go ahead and roll.
So I get. So we're at +5.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, this is kind of like D&D light. It's
Plus
more,
6?
It's more.
It's more
story.
roleplay based.
Yeah, it's more story oriented. Than...
Okay.
But yeah,
Rather than
but
stat
yeah,
based.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it pretty much is. All right, what'd you get all together?
So.
You're forceful,
Plus
right? So
2,
3, 4,
So 4,
and
5.
then plus 5.
Yeah, so +6. So
It's clever.
+5.
Is retarded. All right.
two,
So
3
you
and
create.
forceful. +2 when I create an advantage.
So you create the advantage distracted for the thing.
Yeah.
And so it starts running at you, and even though you're pelting it, he comes running out like a maniac, and he's like, "Ah, over here, you stupid!" And the thing diverts course from you guys and starts hurling itself towards him. It's going to be on him pretty soon, but now you guys have a chance to unload on this thing.
I'm gonna conceal myself. Like he's got its attention, and this guy looks like he wants to get its attention eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like morph off the road, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Do you want to create an advantage for yourself?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
and then I still want to shoot at it. So do I use multiple stunts, or do you just pick one?
You pick the one. So what you're probably going to do is you're going to probably do the stealth thing first, create your
Yes.
advantage, and then use your stealth to get the perfect shot.
Right. So careful in this now.
Yep.
Well, this is a sneak though.
Yeah, so it'd be sneaky. So +2 to your sneak. So go ahead and roll.
Okay.
You're at +4.
Yeah, right now.
Jesus.
Oh,
By the way,
+2.
another thing you can do with fate points, and I also do this, it's my own little policy, I give a reroll for the night. It always has to be better. Or you can spend a fate point to reroll any number of dice.
Okay. Then I'll go and do that.
Roll it all.
Got
There we
him.
go.
What'd you get all together?
6.
6? All right, so you succeed with style, which means you create an advantage. You'd say that advantage is like melded into the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can invoke it twice. So if you wanted to, you could invoke it once for a +2, or invoke it a second time for a +4. For one.
So roll again, you're saying?
Down the road. So
Okay,
that was your
gotcha.
turn. So
I got you.
So
Okay.
1 minute you're side by side pelting this thing, and then you look to your side, he's gone. Cowardly human.
That's right. How weak does this thing appear to be?
It's getting weaker and weaker with every shot. You can definitely tell you can exploit some of the wounds it has if you really want to.
Okay, I'm
For a
going
+2.
to. This is gonna be so stupid. I'm gonna roar, like I'm gonna let out a war cry, throw my bow to the ground, and charge this creature. And I want to try to tackle it and
jump on top of it.
I want to try to grab its jaws and
rip them. All right.
It.
Okay.
Whoa!
Rip it a new one.
That's right.
This is tickling me.
This would be.
Oh God.
This would be forceful.
Yep.
So I'm getting a +3. Oh Jesus! I've got a 3.
3. All right. You leap up into the sky and it sees you on the last second, and with an offhanded swat, kind of just knocks you off your course, and you land to the ground on your feet. Like you land like wow.
I'm a cat man.
The Vrill cat.
You are the main target, so it comes down at you with its jaws. Lucky you. What do you do? How are you defending against this thing?
So, because I don't have a shield,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and deflect it away. So I step aside and go to jab at it with my sword in reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So do a forceful.
Okay. Forceful defense.
Forceful defense. Look at a +3. +4.
All right, +4. The best defense is a good offense, and as the thing bites down at you, you're like, bad. You swat it with your sword, and it recoils, and then comes in again. Now you can do your actual attack. What do you want to do?
Again, so that they can get shots off, things like that. I don't know where he went.
Well, no one's used the advantage yet. No one's used
my created advantage.
Yeah. So he could.
I forgot about that.
He can come in with this insano attack, or you can. Well, it's for your allies. So what do you want to do?
So
you can hold this thing with your immense strength. You can attack it. Whatever you want.
I want to put it down on its knees. Basically, I want to, stop it from moving around.
All right.
Much like you did Tim's wife.
Oh no! I shoot Mykal. I just see the white elk head, and I shoot it with advantage.
All right. So you're trying to inflict. Okay, go ahead.
Forcefully, so not gonna do it flashly. So +4.
4 altogether.
Yep.
All right. Okey-doke. So you bring your blade down in a chop. Its leathery hide is incredibly tough. And as you score, you draw blood, fresh blood on its leg. But it does not buckle. Its legs are like tree trunks. And it goes down to smash until Boragon emerges from the shadows. Now, do you want to tag everything? Because if you tag everything, you can attack distracted. You can tag your melded to shadow for a +6 on top of whatever you would normally get.
Okay, now how is it that works? Because I created the advantage by morphing into the shadows.
Yep.
Right, so I get +2 to sneak with that.
But that already came into effect with your advantage.
Okay.
So you have the advantage now. You're properly hidden from the thing. So you're using that now as a means to to kill it easier.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you would use your heirloom bow to give you the +3, right?
Yeah, +3.
So you'd be at a +3 +6. So you're looking at +9.
Well, if I use I can't use the hunter again.
No.
Okay.
Because you're pretty much hidden already.
Okay, I gotcha. I thought that's when that would come into play, when I was hidden.
Well, that's what created the advantage.
Gotcha. Okay, so this +6?
+9.
Whoa.
It's because you have the +3.
Yep.
Plus all the advantages that you tagged from
Gotcha.
him and yourself. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll use another fate point. Okay. So, just +9.
+9.
Just +9.
Don't worry about it. Just +9. All right, so you emerge from the shadows. Describe how you take this thing down.
So it's like it's getting ready to just club Mykal like a baby seal?
Yeah, with its claw.
Okay. So he's like, he draws up, and is there some type of weakness at the back of his?
It's got an eye, but you can say it's.
What can I see? What am I? Am I behind this thing?
Where did you put yourself? Because you.
Well, I was on the road, and it was coming at us, and I slipped off to on my same side.
Yeah, so
I took the quickest route.
So it took some time. Like, you see him wrestling with the thing. You found yourself in a position to attack it, a vulnerability. Where did you attack?
Okay, so when he slices it,
yeah,
and it pisses the thing off and it comes up,
yeah,
I just let it loose and it goes right through the side of his head. Like, I can't quite see the eye, but I shoot
where his eye should be. With a careful shot, steady aim, you hit it square in its side of its eye. The thing is blinded and moving around in a stagger. Blood pumps from the open wound, and you can see as this thing kind of swipes in random directions. You are given an opening.
Okay.
It's on its death's door. Any second now.
Okay. I want to. I still want to tackle it and try to just tear this thing apart.
Okay.
I'm gonna tackle it and reach into its eye.
And
basically.
pull. Okay. You can tag the wounds that you inflicted on it. You can also use your fate points to tag other aspects of yourself for a bonus.
Okay. So could I tag the? Let's see. Which one would I tag? Do you think the sentient Vrill or the secretly enjoys glory?
Secretly enjoys glory. This seems like a very secretly enjoys glory thing to do.
Okay, so I'll use a fate point to tag that, and then I've got a +3 from forceful. How much would I get from?
+5 altogether.
I'd get a +5 altogether.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
So I'm sitting at a plus. Oh Jesus God! I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna use the fate point.
You can also use your reroll for the night to have me reroll stuff too.
I will do that.
And I have to get worse.
I will do that.
All right. Have to get worse. Have to get worse.
Exactly the same as not worse.
This is technically worse.
All right. So.
So what are you sitting at?
I was sitting at, what did I have? I had a.
So 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
All right, so on its waning eye, you leap up to the front of the thing, and it claws at you, tries to pull you free. But you stand, or you clung over it. You reach into its eye and pull out. You immediately feel warmth and almost like a small acidic burning once your hand's in there. But when you pull it free, whatever kept this thing to life, you killed it because it falls over. Roll your quick, lest you be pinned.
Alright, so I have a +2 on this.
Right here.
I have a +3.
+3? So
Banana phone.
Yeah, you kind of springboard off of him, and you land, and the thing falls dead.
I'm gonna give a victory shout.
But yeah, how does your character feel about seeing everyone in action? How does he feel about?
Even though the shot that Boragon made was impressive,
yeah,
I know it's because he wasn't truly in combat.
Yeah,
he was being a coward and hiding. I have a little respect for Drund. I acknowledge that he stepped forward and grabbed this creature's attention.
Yeah.
And then I naturally had to try to take the creature's attention because
you want the glory.
Yeah, I want it.
My
it's me.
Glory, son.
But I acknowledge. I don't let him know that I appreciate how he did. What he does and how he did it. But to myself, I have a little more respect.
Yeah.
I've seen him, put himself directly into the face of whatever the hell it is we're fighting, and with little thought, he didn't think about what would hurt, what
immediately
would happen to
acted.
himself. He put himself in harm's way immediately.
How do you feel about your compatriots after that? We know how you feel about the scholar, but how do you feel about the other warriors?
I see he did his part. I can't talk today. He kind of just disappeared off into the air, off into nothing. He didn't really, he won in combat, so I don't see he did much. You fired a few arrows, That's it.
But he did deliver the one blow that...
He got a lucky shot.
Yeah, he got a lucky shot. That's exactly
Is that how you guys see it?
He was exploiting the fact that the two of us were actually fighting.
Yeah, we were actually doing the work, and he's sitting back there and just gets the last
fired the first shot.
He's a kill thief.
So
But
you're saying...
I fired the more damage.
So he
shot.
cucked you guys. He
Yeah.
cucked you guys. And all right. Okay. How do you feel about these guys?
They performed just like I thought they would.
So you're envisioning this healthy relationship. Everyone's mutually respected.
We all
I
hate
mean,
him.
I assumed that they would feel.
What's that?
I assumed they would feel that I was inferior to them.
And that's the way you want it?
Yeah, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah. Because that means that you could still use that to your advantage.
I'm more pissed off at the scholar than I am at him, though.
Right.
So.
How do all of you feel about the first sight of this thing? Like, this is the first thing that you guys come across, probably within the first 10 minutes of entering this place.
It's probably not going to be the first thing we're going to kill, or it's not going to be the last thing we're going to kill.
I enjoyed the
challenge of it
that the creature presented.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing what other challenges. Because I mean, realistically, I came out of that fight not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I got
maybe like a small little bruise.
Yeah, I got a little slap.
Yeah. Stop it.
Hey, stop it! Knock it off.
I'm concerned about what's hunting us that we haven't seen yet.
Right.
I mean, if that thing was if it was that hard to take down, and it was just sitting on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, what's hiding in the shadows that doesn't want us to see it?
Right. All right. So the two of you are standing over this fresh kill, and the scholar blinks, and like you kind of emerge from the shadows over the kill. It's peppered with arrows. The thing, like I said, it's almost very ape-like, but completely hairless. Its maw massive, with single red eye standing in there. Its hands are kind of curled into talons. And you could see where as it was thumping against the ground, it was digging up earth. What do you guys do?
Where's the scholar at?
Scholar's at the caravan, like, all right.
Yeah.
So you walk up, you grab him, you're like,
I grab him,
lift him
great
effortlessly with your
Yeah.
strength, and you take him over to the monster.
drag him over there, and show him, like, this is going to be you. You do not speak unless spoken to.
I
You
don't
do
want
not
to be a
act.
monster.
You're going to be dead. That's what's going to happen.
As you're doing that, go ahead and roll your forceful, because this is an intimidating thing. You're trying to press yourself upon him.
+4. I'm going to use a fate point real quick. Just re-roll my 3.
You can leave it on there.
There's two things that weren't.
So +4.
Did it.
That didn't come.
All right. So you're holding him down, and he looks up at you, and he goes, "Wait a minute." He's looking at the thing, and he goes, "I don't want to be this thing. It's clearly dead. But even worse, we've had a few of these things earlier. We were able to denote certain characteristics among them. You see the markings on its lower hide. It denotes the fact that it's infantile.
Go on, more.
It's young. This is a young creature.
That's fun, man.
So there's more of these things out there?
That are probably bigger and more aggressive.
That means you have to be more quiet.
I'll be quiet. All right, so that was actually a dramatic scene. You got what you wanted, though. Mm-hmm. So he gets a fate point. No,
The scholar gets a fate point.
So once all is returned, he keeps his hand pressed against his mouth.
If I hear anything out of him, I'm at that breaking point. So
I'm gonna see what you got. Anything?
I'm gonna actually kind of as an aside, when we're separated, I'm gonna walk up to him and tell him he did well, both with the scholar and with the fight. It's not gonna be much. It'll just be.
Yeah, you're just like, all right. So he walks up and he's like,
"Hey, good job.
Hey,
you gotta do finger guns and."
I basically equal the two of you, but you did your part.
Okay,
I'm gonna give him like a respectful nod, like a.
Yeah. All right. So, with this creature dead, what else is there to do? Is there anything you wish to do?
I want to take a look around.
Did you hear what the scholar said?
No.
The scholar said that when he's looking at the markings of the thing, he recognized that because they had found a lot of these dead beasts once they tread into the land, this thing has the markings of something infantile, young.
Good.
Most good.
That's not good. I want to take a look around.
The land is stark in the gray smoke, but it is back to silence.
Back to silence, and I don't see anything anywhere.
Yes.
Where's the scholar at? He's still next to the body, right?
Unless he's moving back to the.
Unless you move him.
So my blade is soiled with the blood of the enemy.
It is a black putrid thing.
Yeah. I don't want this on my blade. So I tell the scholar to come over, and he has robes on, right?
Oh my god.
Yes, he does.
I grab a portion of his robes and clean my blade off on his robes.
You do that?
Yes.
He cries. I cried.
I'm gonna chuckle a little bit at that one.
He just looks at you as you wipe the blood from his. He goes, "These are very expensive. What are you doing?" Ah!
I'll put it in your books.
I already have a bookmark. What are you talking about? No. Look, you have your part. I have mine. I will not stand for this.
I'm
Go
gonna.
sit.
Okay. He goes
step in
off.
and say,
We should keep
Why
moving.
would you wear nice things in the field?
Got to bring a little bit of civility to the savage lands.
There may still be uses.
Got to remind people that we find that.
There are no people in the mist.
Well, you might. he goes silent.
We should keep moving.
You gotta
Turn
move.
away in a huff and start walking.
All right. So you guys make your way. Keep moving.
Sheathe my sword so it's easy to move about.
You get on the Gargan. The Gargan gets its ass ready, and you guys move. You cut across, and you realize that's when the path divides. The scholar raises a finger as if a lot.
What?
I have a map. There are two locations that we can take. This one leads into the forest, and the other one eventually leads to a city. I can only assume what dwells in both.
How long is eventually?
Probably about 3 days travel. Every once in a while, though, the silence is cut like with a sharp cry from some unknown beast. Either a death knell or something of jubilant savagery. It's hard to tell.
How close are those guys?
Far off,
Far off.
but with the power to carry across the land.
Which way?
Well, I'm more acclimated to forests, so I'm more acclimated to living outside and being outside, so I would take the forest.
Were you low on supplies, anything like that?
We could always do with more supplies, but I think we're set for at least a week.
Do you say anything?
Is there a... What are the two options?
We care not for the opinion of cowards.
Oh! All those gang of guys. Oh!
I watched it.
I watched it.
Heat over here.
Actually, that's an attack. Roll forceful.
Okay. Shit, son.
All right, so forceful.
I got a +3.
All right. How would you defend against this? By being
I would ignore it.
try to ignore it. So you're trying to keep your emotions check. I'd say it's careful,
Careful.
or sneaky.
Clever.
Sneak.
Don't
try
let him
my
sneak.
manipulator. Manipulator hardly knew her.
All right.
Okay, so +4. Wait, well, that's careful. Yeah. So careful. +3.
+4.
Let me use my reroll for the day. And,
You're already beating me.
Yeah, you already
am I beat him?
Yeah, you beat him.
Okay. Okay.
Don't waste it.
But you can break him.
Break his will.
If you really beat him, you get a boost against him, where it gets you a +2 against him at any point.
All right.
As
I'll
I'm
use
choking
reroll.
the life out of you.
So would you get together all together?
Same
Well,
thing.
same thing.
It doesn't matter. So yeah, he just like how do you regard that? He calls you a coward. You just look at him and you're like,
I pay him the just briefest of glances, and then I. What were the two options?
you've shot mudmen before.
It's into the forest or where?
Towards the city. There's a number of hamlets that he tells you that they kind of spot the distance. There's a couple hamlets towards the village or towards the forest. There's a couple hamlets towards the city. So.
I wouldn't hurt to get more supplies. See if there's anything alive in here.
So you got one person that says forest, one person that says the city.
Yeah.
The
I don't care about Scholar.
I asked the scholar what he thinks.
I think he's a fuck.
I think you might be onto something.
I'm not gonna stand around and wait for this, so I'm just gonna start walking toward the forest.
Alright. He lets out a sigh. There are hamlets before the forest, so we may find supplies there.
Why didn't you say this?
I did. I said that there are a number of hamlets that decorate both locations. Maybe if you weren't such a twat.
Excuse
Maybe
me?
if your
I
head
said-
wasn't stuck in that helmet.
He goes, I said maybe if you knew what I was saying.
What?
As you are moving, it takes about half a day. Time is pretty much like it doesn't show, not in the fog. It's almost like in the same sort of twilight. It remains there, like time does not move here. Neither does this feeling pass. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm kind of enjoying the fight or flight feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to I'm going to continue following the trail, maybe a little off the trail, going through the trees, just checking shit out, and I might I'm gonna hunt a little bit, see if there's any small creatures I can find.
No.
Nothing?
No.
No.
You might find like the remains of a bunny.
Oh.
I'm not just talking about like normal shit. I'll find and fight. Yeah.
I'll tell you right. Oh, so did you take
Hunt
any?
small game.
Did you take any of that beast?
Did I take any of it?
Yeah.
Might have ate a little.
I will tell you right now. Fucking. If you ate a little, you've been pooping all day. And the poop is alive and it screams, so it's not good. You don't want to scream cheese.
I've never heard of scream cheese.
No, it's hilarious.
Cream cheese?
Is it poop that screams?
I don't need to know.
But show us after the game.
Show us after.
Yeah.
But
But
put a pin in that one.
put a pin in that one.
No, I did not. I didn't take any of the creature with me. I was more bloodlust kind of thing. Wasn't taking trophies.
As you guys are moving, the scholar kind of looks at you and gestures for you to come to him because he's on the cart. He's not gonna get lost. Do you go to him?
Sure.
He goes,
I'm not sure if these two can be trusted.
Why not?
because I'm not sure if it's necessary. They'd risk their lives for the group. And I think the only way that we'll have survival here is if we work as a group. There's no surviving on your own here.
You're right.
Am I close enough to hear this?
You want to spend a plot point?
No.
If you spend a plot point, you can hear everything. Everything. Even the monster coming at you. You can hear it all.
How many plot points do we get?
You start off with 3.
3.
Then whatever you got throughout the course.
It's him and the scholar talking.
Yep.
Not me.
I know.
Okay.
So, as you ride, you guys can set camp or you can keep going forward.
How long does it feel like it's been? Like, has it been a while or?
Yeah, it's been probably like a couple hours.
A couple hours? When did we enter the fog? What time was it when we entered?
I'll say like it was probably early morning,
Okay.
and you've been for a couple hours.
I see no reason to set a camp yet. I'm not tired. I wouldn't.
All right. Do you say that out loud?
When I asked, I'm just gonna kind of give like a "Are you stupid?" kind of glance.
Okay.
It's not been
Scholar
long.
goes, no.
It's not been long. We don't need to.
All right.
To
Yeah, we
rest.
don't need to rest. There's no means to set camp or anything like that, so you can walk while you eat.
I'm gonna issue a drama scene between your two characters, Drun and Boragon. The two of you, I'm gonna have to say this is some sort of drama scene. One of you wants something from the other character.
He wants something from me, because I don't have anything he wants from me. Right. He doesn't have anything I want from him.
No, he does.
What's that?
You want him to be more active in the combat. You want him to be, if things are going to survive, and if imagine if let's have this kind of go through your head. Imagine if you made that distraction and no one came to help. What if
Let's just you and I.
What if both of them melded into the shadows and you were torn in half?
Let's just you and I bully him until he joins combat.
That is something that you might want. You might actually want not so much respect, but acknowledgement that, I did my part. That could be something you could want.
He's not concerned with that.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm trying to
No,
make
I
make
got
it as dramatic as possible. So
I want to remain hidden, so that's where the drama can come in.
so you want him.
Where were you in battle?
That's exactly what you would. Boom. We have it. All right, and you
I was right there, bruh.
push him.
Are you?
Where were you when my wife was getting boned?
I was boning her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
L-cat.
I
Okay.
knew her.
All right, so you want to come up to him and you want to say, why the hell weren't you? Where were you?
Yeah, where were you when we were in battle, in the middle of battle?
I've always been there for you. I've always been there for you.
You're not my dad.
I share everything with you.
I love you.
All right, no. So is that what you say?
Yeah, where were you in battle?
And what do you say?
I was there, man. There the whole time.
Now he's just kind of brushing you off.
No, you weren't. You took like 3 shots and then disappeared into the dark.
How did you see me disappear? How do you know that?
Do you have evidence? You have a witness.
I was there. I could see you the whole time. You were busy fighting that giant ape man thing. I was there.
Yeah.
You weren't though. You weren't in battle. You were off somewhere else. Maybe off on the sidelines.
I want to convince him that I was there.
You want to convince him?
That's what I want.
Attack him.
Okay. And I want to be.
So you would be you can either do it cleverly or something, but so what happens is like there's no mind control in this. It's not like D&D where you roll diplomacy and boom, like this person believes in you. You inflict stress on him until he doesn't want to, either he doesn't want to hear it anymore and he leaves, or he finally is like, all right, I accept it. And if
Well,
he
I want
does,
to use the evidence that I was actually fighting. Just
then
I was concealed to him, so I mean.
then you could like pull out your arrow and be like, look at this. Is this the thing that's covered in its eye goop? The thing that killed it. You
I
could
want
say.
to show you the eye goop.
So you pull out your arrow, and you're like, what do you say?
I was there, man.
That could be the blood of the dead body.
Are you fucking serious right now? This is Cyclopean ape eye goop. What else do you want from me?
To wield a sword, to be in close combat.
Do you say it like that? He's like, what else do you want from me?
Yeah, like
what else do you want
want
from
this
me?
to be a dick measuring contest?
I'll win.
He'll win. His is made of fucking mud. He's got a mud prick.
only after your wife, man. Mud prick.
To wield a sword, to be in combat.
So he's actually pulling it on you, and he's saying that you're just trying to measure your dick. He's saying that you're just doing it all for glory and it's bullshit. He's calling bullshit on you. You definitely didn't get what you wanted out of this.
No, I didn't get what I wanted out of this.
So you get a fate point.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this is going on. Well, can I use my Vrill sense to see if I can
Picture something in the distance.
find something around us? If
If you spend a fate point, you can.
Yeah. Oh, that's what the.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll do that. I'll see if I can use my heightened senses.
Heightened senses.
So is that aspects you use points for?
Yeah, you can use points on your aspects
To invoke them?
to invoke them.
Okay.
Or compel them. So, for example, like atonement for shame, I could have compelled that at any point to be like, all right,
You can compel me.
yeah,
For the reward of a fate point.
right.
Okay.
And you could be like, I'd be like, all right, you want to kind of let you want to find some sort of atonement in some way,
Right.
and I'd be like, here's your compel. All right, so you put your nose to the sky and you smell the acrid stench of this realm, but you smell something else, the stink of humans.
I smell man flesh.
Man flesh, man filth.
We ain't had nothing but maggoty bread for 3 days.
That's not how you poison a cauldron. I love it. All right, so you smell humans, not too far from the hamlet that you might be passing by.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of start to head off
Comes out Saturday. Yeah.
toward where I'm
buy it?
smelling and
Yeah.
investigate.
Not happy about it though. Did the dice come in?
And I don't really give a shit if they follow me. I'm not gonna really
Yeah.
call out to them. I'm gonna let them bicker, and I'm gonna check it out as long as it's not like super far away.
Right.
Data cards came in too?
Okay.
15 or 10?
As the two of you are arguing, you see him kind of walk off into the fog.
And we lose another one to the dark.
Get in close combat, bro. So you go off. Roll your sneak.
Oh, I got a 1. I got a 4.
You keep yourself down low. I'm gonna borrow this real quick.
Ah, you gave the bad luck to him.
Someone got it anyways. Just pull that shit.
You sneak by like 12 monsters, slitting each of their throats, killing them instantly. No, you sneak by unmolested till you hit an outcropping, and you see off on a
I
ledge
walk away from you to take a piss in the trees.
a small hamlet.
Do I notice any kind of like movement in the hamlet or around it?
The place is lit by torches, and you notice there's no fog in the center of town.
Black ones look kind of cool, but even
There's a small cathedral. But yeah, no, you notice like there's a ring around the earth. Everyone tell me one thing about the hamlet.
Around the hamlet, there are kind of small makeshift barricades that really won't do any good.
yeah.
But it's the people's or whoever's there. It's their attempt to kind of
Ward off
these creatures. Seeing as I can kind of just waltz into the village, it's not
If you
doing
really
well.
wanted to, yeah.
It ain't doing well. But it looks like there's almost like a pocket of resistance. They're trying to live.
To hold off.
They're trying to hold off instead of leaving their homes.
All right, I'll give you a fate point for that. That was really good.
So-
He came across a hamlet that seems to be like free of smoke or fog. Tell me one thing about the hamlet. He said that there's little makeshift barricades around it that was like kind of like a token attempt at keeping these monsters at bay. But even
Can we
this,
see anything else?
It's
currently he's the one he's the one looking
Yeah,
at
you
it.
two
But
are
you guys
still
can
way
all
back.
add something about it. If I like it, you get a fate point. If I don't like it, you get my shame.
I don't want more shame.
Oh, I get compelled then.
Oh! So they're makeshift barricades. There appears to be like runes or something carved into the barricades.
Oh, interesting.
The runes that are carved into the
That's fate point
barricades.
worthy. That's
What?
That's fate point worthy. That's pretty good.
The runes that are carved into the barricades is the symbol of their cult that they started, and because of their small succession in the barricades, they started this group that they think it's working. They're keeping the monsters away, things like that.
Okay.
So anything that comes in, they see as a monster, though. So because of their cult.
Call like following?
Yeah,
You're
following.
Okay. I'll give you fate point for that.
Okay.
I'm about to slaughter a village.
You stupid.
I'll help you.
This is why reason to kill.
Maniacs.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's not my fault if they
No,
see
you're
me as a
fine.
monster.
You're this guy.
It's-
Well, because he's Vrill.
It's not my fault if they come after me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna judge a Vrill this way. I'll judge this psychopath though. My dad beat me crazy.
It's
Maniac. So I'm gonna keep observing a little bit. And I'm gonna slowly walk up. I'm gonna
Well.
inspect the barricades.
Okay, so as you come up, you notice.
Tip on the card.
Yeah. No, do cash.
Food?
Mike, you watch your mouth.
Who wants to play an NPC? You get a fate point for it. You can even do
Sam,
it.
Sarah
Just
does.
keep it. Sure.
Sure, I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, you just.
Wait,
What's happening?
I said, who wants to play an NPC? They can get a fate point for it.
Oh, he already said he'd do it.
Yeah, but I can have two.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Sure.
All right. The two of you are pretty much just done doing your construction, and you're going to see Father Abel. Father Abel, who hosts the chapel. What do you do? The two of you are finished. Your families are dinner time is coming soon. Everything seems well. The harvest is good. What do you do?
We'll respectfully open the doors to Father Abel's chambers, and we'll say, Father Abel, we've finished with the barricades. May we go home for the night?
No. No, he doesn't. Everyone
Get all Darth Sidious on it. No.
hits you with monster beams. All right, so tell me something about the chapel. From inside.
From inside the chapel.
Mm-hmm. By the way, in the realm in which this hamlet once lived, there was no real established church.
So it could vary from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Village to village.
This is a monotheistic type chapel,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
worship of a single god, and it's crude, but it's very lovingly
Adorned.
Adorned, yeah.
Okay.
So basically the best of their ability.
Yeah.
And it's very well taken care of.
That's cool. Does it have all the runes and stuff like
Mhm.
that? Okay. Tell me something else.
Something else about the chapel?
Yeah, you get a fate point.
There's not too many priests. Or
I like it. You get a fate point.
on fire. There's one head, you know.
Yeah.
Muy
Head
caliente.
father.
Yeah, it's a small chapel anyways.
Yeah.
So Father Abel is the. You're saying he
He's
is the.
it.
Yeah. He
So-
is the clergy.
Yeah, but he like pushes his power onto others to try and get him to follow more,
Yeah.
to get more followers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me something else.
Okay. Despite the loving adornment and the respect that they obviously show this chapel, it's poorly lit. It's dark. It's It's ominous almost. It has like anyone else kind of walking into it would be like, the fuck.
Yeah.
But-
you guys are so used to it.
Yeah. But the villagers, we know it. We love it. We
It's a
we
trendy
are
spot.
we are acclimated to the atmosphere in this church. This is
Yeah.
our safe area in this
Yeah.
this almost I can't even think of the right word.
Placid Isle.
Yeah, this
like, yeah.
this darkly this poorly lit, poorly built
Yeah. but well adorned.
But well adorned. Idol is kind of our, it's our god. It is our link to
belief structure.
Yeah, it's our link to any more than just our dreary existence inside this far off hamlet.
All right, get a fate point. So, do you want to play Father Abel?
I'll play Father Abel.
All right.
I'll play Father Dave.
Just I'll give you one thing right now. Father Abel is completely like a doting father-like person. He does not a shred of malice in him.
Okay.
So they come to you after their daily toils. You hear all of this. Your character does. What do you say?
Oh, the Vrill can pick up on this?
Yeah, he's hearing.
That's impressive.
He's hearing all this. Yeah, his hearing is in senses. I would say like when it comes to tracking, he's really good at like picking out sense and sound, whereas your tracking is like you can see the impressions on like the world, and you probably have pretty good sight and sound as well for a human. But yeah, you hear them talking.
So he had asked if they could go home.
Yeah.
No. No. Monster beam.
So he, you can go. You have to stay and light the candles.
Again?
Have you said your prayers for the day?
I have not. Do I have to?
No, Father. Will you say them with us?
Oh God. Of course. So he comes out. He's in his room. So he'll come out into like the main part of the chapel, and they'll go to the altar, I guess, or whatever, and they'll get down and pray together.
All right.
You said this guy has no malice in him?
No malice that they can see. No.
Okay.
So you pray, and your prayers are in a dialect. You hear it as a language you fucking never heard in your entire life. I mean, but then again, you've lived in a cave for most of your life, so it might be from any location. But it is hard to hear, even for you. The words hurt you on a very personal level, like spiritually.
They hurt you?
Like it's almost like
it's painful to hear.
It's like finding out like a loved one died, like in real life. It's that, but not understanding why you're feeling that way.
Wow. They must be praying for the death of the Vrill.
All right, so do you guys get a fate point for being an NPC? That's what you hear.
I hear that we get a fate point for being an NPC.
Yeah, you hear that.
My hearing's that good.
That's how they prayed.
You get a fate point for being an NPC, fate point for being an NPC.
The Church of Meta. Yeah, you hear what they said. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna kind of eye the chapel with distrust, but I'm gonna slowly walk toward the village.
Now, can you see the chapel? Like,
he can see it because he went around.
No, I mean like he can't like.
He went
picture himself in there, right? Like he can just hear what's happening.
Yeah, he can't see what's inside.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like inside. I'm looking at the outside. I'm kind of eyeing it really distrustingly, and then walking toward the village.
As you snuck, kind of like off the side, you can hear the caravan. I'm assuming you guys just kept going even with him gone.
Yeah.
And so his entire thing is like, we need to stick together if we want to survive. Looks over, you're gone. Fuck. All right, so
shit. Yeah, it's kind of when we were like arguing and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, and then we have another one that lost, left us.
Yeah. So you guys, but as you guys are rounding the corner, it took them a little while. You guys are coming towards. You see the barricades of this hamlet. You don't know where he's at.
Can I like take a? I don't know. I want to make sure there's nothing like
Sure, we will.
hunting us again.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Roll your careful with a +2.
Okay, now is it +2 because of one of
In the dark. So.
2 cards.
All the negatives.
You're
wow,
perfectly fine. Nothing. That fight or flight thing, gone.
I'm like, oh man, I love being here.
You can take a nap.
These runes must be really comforting.
Lay back, relax, take a nap.
You rub the rune, it starts weeping. You're like, yeah.
This is great.
This is great.
Modern day paradise.
Crying. This is wonderful.
You were the best of us.
You were the chosen one. All right, so Boragon, you don't notice anything outwardly hunting you, but the air is stirring though. It's something ominous there. You can tell that for sure.
Okay.
The scholar looks towards the three of you, or the two of you, and he goes, "Let's not break camp. Let's not break rank, please. We have to stick together. I'll do what I can to fill his role."
Oh yeah, I'd like to see that.
Gets off the thing, pulls off his robe.
Scholar?
He's completely jacked. Pulls out two curved blades, twirls them magnificently.
Kills Mike on the spot.
Lifts the giant bovine creature with us.
I'll carry us to safety.
Jump in my backpack.
He pulls out a spear, or a spear in the back of the cart. It's one very intricately made. It seems more like a luxury item, or like something to fuck around with than an actual weapon. But he holds on to it and clutches it tightly just in case.
How much have you used this weapon?
We scribes are trained in quarterstaff, mostly, so spear.
So never.
Yeah, well, you thrust with a quarterstaff, you can thrust with a spear, right?
As I'm angrily, breathing.
I'll probably be like him though. I'm not gonna get in close combat.
While he's measuring this guy up, I want to check the. I just want to inspect the barricades and.
You can definitely see that there's something else. Like the carvings are weird shapes that are hard to understand. It's like looking at. It's like looking at like one of those paintings that are very abstract and weird. Like you just kind of like what? It just kind of hurts your head to look at it for too long.
It's painful to me to look at.
Yeah, because it's hard to understand.
It's so abstract.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. We're getting into
Scholar, can you read this?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Almost. Shit. Yeah, I was gonna say non-Euclidean. Yeah, it's very non-Euclidean. Like it doesn't follow the shapes of normal geometry.
Okay.
I can't describe it. That's why it hurts. So.
Does the scholar have any knowledge of it?
Puts on his reading glasses. Faints.
Nope.
Too scary. No, he's quiet. Do you ask him? You're the one looking at the.
Yeah, I would say ask if he has any knowledge. Like these guys are over here. Mike's like, okay, come on. Come on.
He goes.
I'm like, do you have any?
He goes. They've. Yes.
Too scary.
Too scary. I have the black lung. He looks at
You're more dead to me than your dead mother.
He looks at the runes and he goes, "There have been sightings of these.
Thank you, wife.
Markings on the flesh of the creatures."
The flesh of what?
The creatures.
I didn't fucking notice that.
What? That there was markings?
Yeah.
Probably not. These are probably like while they were dissecting these things, like inside.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so it's not like superficial markings.
Yeah, it's not like something that is like glaringly obvious. So he goes, "These are wretched symbols."
Says what?
These are wretched symbols.
Can I make a connection? Like, is it some kind of, I don't want to I don't want to meta it. Would this guy know anything about like warding or?
You?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't think anyone would. Really.
No, that's fine.
So you see them moving up, and he's inspecting the wards. Like, do you continue your tread towards them, or do you kind of stay and watch?
On her the other day, it's got
you talking about
these two?
These two?
Yeah. You see them. while you were watching everything going on in the village, or that little hamlet, you saw them come riding up the long way on the road while you took the short route.
Really, they're outside of my attention right now.
Okay.
I'm still focused on any possible threat that could come out of this village as I'm walking into it. But I'm gonna head toward the chapel.
All right.
You'd have thought they would have done it
What are you doing?
I'm more or less seeing, they're up in front. I'm behind here. Are we coming close to the gateway?
Yeah.
So.
This is a small little palisade that was created.
Because I'm not sure how the hamlet's gonna react to.
So as you walk up,
in.
2 guards stand in obstruction, one holding a spear outward, carved with the same runes, and he goes, "Still your tread, monsters."
I push the scholar up in front.
It's a weak.
Where does this guy come from?
He's like in the front gate, like all the palisades and stuff like that. You were marking and notice, and then once you guys got closer to the actual front gate,
Gotcha, okay.
they emerged. They look like just peasants, probably peasants that are tired and malnourished and just completely out of their element. Probably a spark of madness in both of them. They look at the two of you and they go, one of them, you can play the other one. One goes, "Are you seeing what I see?"
Oh yes. 4 monsters approach the gate.
Yes.
I pull my head down to show that they're human, right? They look human.
Yeah,
to
they look
us?
human.
Okay.
That one is unfolding its head.
Does he really say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I throw the scholar
okay.
up there.
He goes, "Have you come for the chapel?" The scholar comes up. He goes, "No." He goes, "Dear people, we are but travelers to help you. We are not monsters." The guy looks at you and goes, "That's what all the monsters have said thus far."
I don't trust them.
"No, we should take him to the chapel to be purified."
Ah, yes.
"Would you like to be purified, monster?" "Fix your head."
Let's
Replace
see.
the skin.
I gotta see if there's something. Is there anything like? There's no fog on this place.
No, none.
Is there anything peculiar about these people other than what they're saying?
Like I said, they look like tired and withdrawn and malnourished. But there's nothing outwardly.
I ask if they have provisions.
Come in the chapel, monster. Come.
Yes, we
quickly.
have plenty of provisions. So you need to be fed. Don't eat us.
We are frail and weak. Not much meat.
This sounds like a bad idea.
No.
I tell him.
Oh, you must be purified.
The scholar looks at you and goes, "You think that's a bad idea?"
Scholar, you're going first.
Let's move along.
Let's go to
Move
the.
along. Yeah, I don't think we should go in there.
They see as you are marching along, that failed check comes into play as 2 groups of peasants who look like they were probably chopping wood or some sort emerge outward, kind of circling around you. They all start speaking. They go, "Oh, we have more. Perfect."
Yes. Help us bring them to the chapel for purification.
Look, you're gonna like it.
And food.
You're gonna like it. Is it get a bath? A movie?
What are these sacrifices?
Just a couple knife stabs.
We shall begin your purification.
What are you doing?
The scholar goes,
Mom?
"I was purified last week. I think we're fine." He ends up
I purify daily.
daily purification.
I purify myself every night.
Where is that Vrill bastard?
So
The
Laagburrs
cover
is
of
able
darkness
to hear
in
this,
my
right?
room. What?
Laagburrs is
Yeah.
able to hear this, right? He's gonna kind of look over, and then How close is he?
This is what he's hearing too.
Yeah. How close is he to the chapel?
He's about halfway there, halfway to them.
He is going to, he's going to change direction and start to walk. No, he's not. He's going to...
Like, why? Okay, so this is kind of what's going through his head.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care about them?
No. He knows that if they think that they are monsters, if a Vrill walks up, they might be like, oh, actual monsters. Ah, real monsters!
And then that's when the title card comes up. And that's what this roleplay's been the entire game.
Yeah. So, no, he's going to...
Head to the church.
He's going to continue heading to the chapel and kind of try to peer into some of the...
He got inside?
Yeah, I snuck around.
He snuck around.
Yeah. Gave it the old reach around.
Yeah, so they're surrounding you. You realize that. But they're not all like
threatening.
Yeah, they don't all look threatening. They some of them are women. Some of them like we were picking berries probably, and some were chopping wood. And
looks like there's no going back now.
Yes, no. There's no. Come,
the
only
scholar
forward
goes,
to the chapel.
I would never condone violence, but perhaps an application of violence.
As you're wielding a spear.
Yes. Against monsters. But, it could be used against people too. Versatile tool.
I'm going to try and morph into the shadows. Just into the woods, off the beaten path, so get away from these guys.
Yeah, right now you're surrounded, so you'll have to get away from them first. So it'd be a quick.
Okay, I want to, first I want to, do a booga booga dance to scare them.
That'd be flashy.
The monster's moving.
I'm not flashy at all.
Booga booga.
Okay, I'll try to quick away from them. Will I just roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you got to get it better than 5.
we're all just abandoning you and the scribe.
If he's gonna try and get away,
you don't know that. I'm just considering it.
You're considering it. If I see him try to bolt, I'm gonna throw the scholar into the mass and then bolt in the same direction he is.
Okay.
And I consider these things, so I'm not gonna flash away because who knows what he'll do if he's left to his own devices.
Probably kill the scholar.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm gonna try to kill everybody.
Yeah.
So let's go get purified. I need to be purified, I guess.
All right, so you see a congregation of people marching in, as you were looking through the window, you can see just the darkness of the room. The subterranean eyes kind of peer in, and you recognize that the number of people within, they're praying, just simple as that. And Lord, among them is sitting pretty much at the head of church, and it's not like a pew like you would have in a normal Catholic or regular church. You see it's like a circle where it's like the orator or the priest stands in the middle and does his spiel.
Yes, bring them forth for purification.
Is that what he says?
Yeah. Come hither to receive your purification.
First.
Scholar goes, that's up to the congregation.
Put your ass up there.
I want to ask what this purification entails.
You will be cleansed. You will be purified of all the evil that inhabits you monsters. You'll be able to walk among us.
I'll take over as the head of chapel. He stands up. Abel stands up and he sees the 3 of you. You're still watching, and he goes, "You see, you must be cleansed of your monster blood with the blood of humankind. It is through our superior blood that you will be saved. So, who's first? I heard the scholar."
This young man.
The scholar.
So I want to see exactly what they do to know if it's a risk or not. And I'm not gonna throw, even though I don't like him. I don't like the scholar more.
So he slits his wrist.
Slits whose wrist?
His own. Abel slits his wrist with a knife, and blood, black blood, oozes from the wound. 2 men force the scholar's mouth open as the blood drips. Are you gonna let this happen?
Temple of Doom type shit.
Are you gonna let this happen?
I'd like to force my way in and grab Abel by the throat and snap his neck.
Let's get to force your way in first.
Yeah,
All right,
okay. So I'm gonna have a +3.
I need at least a 5.
At least a 5?
Yeah, to force your way.
I am going to re-roll with a fate point.
All right.
There's a 6 for you, motherfucker.
All right. So the first person that come in your way is like, who are you? And you're just like, like you just start like just using like sharp impacts with your elbows and fists. You punch through the crowd, and then you enter the circle. Abel notices you immediately. But the blood is ready to drip. Roll careful if you want to notice something.
Do I notice it yet? I mean, I'm staring.
You roll your careful too.
I got a
Everyone roll
+1.
+1.
Okay, I see
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Well, he saw it.
I see the careful.
Got it?
Yeah, I want to lunge at the priest, or the
Try to
priest,
lunge.
the scholar. I feel like once he swallows his blood, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
So I want to quickly, like, basically just body check him out of the way.
Okay, so first everyone's seen what the blood is, right? Go ahead. What'd you get? 1?
I got a +1.
You can succeed at a cost.
I don't care about that. I'm just trying to.
So you don't care about noticing blood? Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if you do succeed at a cost, you get a fate point.
I'm good.
That's right. You notice automatically that the whole. What'd you get all together?
What I roll, careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a +3 with your dice, and then whatever you got.
So we got a 4.
What'd you get?
I got 3.
You notice that you don't, but you do notice the darkness of the blood, the putrid thing. He never slit his wrist. Never slit his wrist.
Oh, so you're just permanently tapping.
A little mouth opened and unleashed.
Okay, then since I noticed that, I'm gonna draw and shoot. Will I have time to do that, or do I?
You're gonna have to force these dudes off, and then quickly you can launch a shot.
Okay, so would it be forceful and then?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just dart for the
priest.
No,
or not the further up.
Yeah, the guy that's on his knees. I just want to knock him out of the way. I don't want him to swallow this.
Roll quick.
Okay. Oh no!
Your leg breaks in 7
Do you have any
places.
fate points?
No, I got fate points.
Okay. 7 places.
Ah! Oh, you bastard.
Now you don't have to reroll all the dice, by the way.
No, I know I wanted to though.
Okay.
Can I reroll all these?
Yeah. You keep the success.
Damn it!
Last fate point, buddy.
Life is shit.
So I see the ooze come out of
Yeah.
him.
There's some sort of secret to it.
Fuck it.
Because I'm
Some sort of secret.
Oh,
for my
yeah.
sword. And I'm being held, aren't I?
Yeah.
I got 6.
Got it? Nailed it with a 6.
Let me use.
You know what I needed?
What?
A 6.
Oh yeah. No, you fucking. So they were holding you, but like a blur, you emerge faster than he does. Like he gets to the edge of the crowd, to the center, just in time for you to rush out there and body check the scholar out of the way. The blood flows, hits pretty much the cobbles underneath, and it just starts to hiss and like ooze and all, wisp of
acid,
smoke. Yeah.
Wild guess?
The immediately the
As an additional
Abel is just like, what is the meaning of this? These monsters are not contained.
I'll discard Tanker.
I'm
Fuck!
gonna throw one of the person.
I want to be able to draw and shoot him.
You want to be able to draw and shoot?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or I can approach him with my dagger. I mean, if whatever, that'd probably be easier to like pull out a dagger and
you
like,
just start stabbing.
yeah, rather than try to.
So what are you doing?
I want to, because he's gonna go after the priest. I want to
Grizzly Survivor.
free myself basically. So I'm gonna throw my 2 people that are holding me into the crowd.
All right, so you're just like bitches. All right.
So +3,
And
+4.
4.
Yep.
All right. They fall forward. They fall forward.
Die.
They fall forward easily as you hurl them down, freeing yourself. What do you do?
All right, so since I won't get the opportunity to probably grab him quick, I'm gonna draw my sword and shield, and as I'm drawing my sword from the sheath, I'm gonna, with a powerful swing, try to lop the head off of
Abel. All right.
So forceful. I'm gonna get a +5 to it.
Okay, nope.
Oh balls!
Well, population shit town.
I'll re-roll that one.
That's better.
That's a 6.
All right. You come down and almost very.
Hold on, just a second. Since we're almost done here, I'm gonna spend another fate point.
That's fair.
And re-roll some of these. I'll take it. there's a +9.
All right. He's going to spend. I'm going to spend a fate point. I get 3 fate points every scene that you guys are in. He's going to spend a fate point, Father of Monsters, for a +2. So that's right there. All right. So you chop deep. A blow that could probably cleave into 3 humans' necks and sever them all. It stops at his throat, blood gushing from the blow. He looks visibly surprised at the might of that attack. You gain a consequence to him, lacerated neck. So you can tag that for a +2, either as a defense or and that's something that you guys could tag at any point with plot fate points.
Seeing the blood, I'm gonna let out a war cry. You know.
Yeah.
The bloodlust has officially begun for the Vrill.
Now you didn't really probably see him chopping at the neck, but you're coming at him with a dagger.
Yeah, once I'm able to get to my feet, I figured in the moment that was the quickest course of action.
So you probably knocked him over, sprung up to your feet, and then came in with a dagger?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, roll.
So what would this be? Quick still?
Yep. Do you want to tag any of these things?
What would fit?
Perceptive presence. Basically, you got him at his back, and you can hit him where you want to hit him.
All right. So what does that tag for a +2?
Yep, you get 5.
Okay. Well, I see that neck slash.
Yeah. You also spend another fate point to tag that for another +2.
Okay. So 2. So +4. I'm gonna use all 3 of these remaining fate points to tag the 2, and then re-roll these. So this is +4 to this.
Yep.
Plus my quick, right?
Yep.
Plus that one you got set aside.
Oh, that's not good enough. I gotcha. So okay, so that's 4.
Plus your quick.
So 8 total.
The God King of Derp. You stab into his throat. I'm gonna spend another fate point on Father of Monsters again. As you stab in on the other side. So the two of you working together, like almost completely severed his neck. His eyes widen, and you see now his human pupils have become converted slits. He hollers aloud and says, "Kill all of them!" And his head lops off to the ground. You guys look at each other. Bro fist. And like that, an alliance is forged.
Right. So as his head's falling, I'm gonna kind of rip my blade free and roar and turn to face the guards.
What do you do?
I've drawn my sword, ready to go. I see his head fall off, because if it wouldn't have came off, I would have ran up and
The 3 of us.
All 3 of you.
So they all want
We
to
might
kill
not
us,
get
so-
along, but when we put our minds to it, we fuck shit up.
We get ahead.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna edit that out.
don't do it.
Okay.
So I look at the reaction of the crowd.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna actually go in and
There's a mass confusion actually. They're you would expect horrified anger, but there's a murmur of what's going on, that kind of thing.
I yell out, "Are you gonna follow a monster?"
I'm sorry, there's that sand
Or me!
Or me! Covered in blood.
He goes up and kills the scholar. What are you doing?
Oh! I thought he was one of the villagers. Go ahead. You're berating a group, so go ahead and roll forceful.
You're following a monster. I don't know how to. So I want them on their own side. We're not the enemy. We're their allies.
Right.
And we've
Remove the wool from your eyes.
You're trying to
silly sheep.
Yeah, you're trying to berate them. Like you don't know how to talk to people well, but you look to every lady.
You know what ladies like.
You know what they like, and they like displays of violence.
So I'm forcefully.
So I'll give you an option. They'll turn against the master and be completely, but at the same time be like partially confused. Like a number of them will jump to your aid, or all of them just sort of like are leveled in this confusion and feel like a deep shame, but won't do
us harm.
Won't do you harm.
The shame.
Yeah.
Shame seems to be a big factor in this.
As you guys are sitting there, you watch as the body starts to shift and move.
Kill it with fire!
Fuego!
A number of spider-like appendages rip out from its human-like torso, and it rises. It yells out, "You think that was my only head?
This isn't even my final head.
No, it doesn't say that.
I grab the spear from the scholar and throw it at him.
Are there torches?
Yes.
Okay, I want to grab a torch and throw it under the spider being.
Okay.
I want to try and kill it with fuego.
Spear, fuego.
Quickly, so +2.
10 out of 10.
Oh, that's a bait point.
Funny thing about that spear, it was garbage.
You're not wrong.
In fact,
You threw it and it was made of paper. It
Fuego!
sailed off.
it was filled with
Why
healing
the heck?
salve.
I got 6.
6?
Bruh.
I'm gonna use my
Alright.
fate point.
What time you gotta be out of here by?
3:30.
Okay.
Kind of better.
Spending all your fate points.
I like fate points. My name is Mykal. Fate points are cool.
I grabbed the fire like Jon Snow and burned my sword hand.
Book. Fail. All right. So what'd you get all together?
I'm at 3.
This is for you.
Shit.
As you throw the spear, a human hand rips from the torso and catches it. For the boost, armed monster. So it's got a +2 boost because it beats you with style. You threw fire under it.
Fuego!
Jesus Christ!
Stop it, bro! I got a 6. As you throw the flame, it leaps out over it, but I can let you succeed at a cost.
Fuck yeah, I want to burn it.
All right. So
My hand is on fire.
it it notices you with the fire immediately. The cost is it gets a free attack on you.
Sure.
But you with no defense, but you burn it for a consequence. So inflamed, it gets a mild consequence. It's burned. But you haven't been attacked. So you take 5.
Oh!
So how stress works in this game is you can only hit one stress box and one of these consequences. Once you can't fulfill that, you're effectively taken out of the game.
So I've taken 5.
You've taken 5. So you can do it in a variety of ways. You can take 2 and then 4, or you can take 3 and then 5. So for the
3 and then 2.
yeah.
So wait, so I would do like
So you would
this and like
1
this?
and then 4.
yeah, you could do it like that. Yep.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You don't take fuego though, so you're fine.
Oh, that's just for here. I got it.
That was first. So the spider-like appendage with amazing might, it smashes against your rib cage. You almost feel like something cracked as you go flying against the wall and smash against it. What do you do?
I am going to take a big swing and try to lop off a couple legs.
Okay.
So first of all, I've got a +5.
Oh!
Boy, I'm gonna use a fate point to re-roll these 3 and get the exact same thing. I'll keep it. I got a +6.
+6?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the scholar and seeing what he's gonna do.
Cower.
Okay, so he looks at you,
Does he die?
and as you go to lop off its legs, you notice that the tip of its spider-like appendage is rock hard as it lifts it up and hits it. It's going to use the boost that it gained from him, and then it stabs outward towards you with a spear.
Do it now.
Do you look at the scholar?
He's cowering.
Let's see. Scholar don't give a fuck. Scholar,
So what's he doing?
Scholar looks at you and goes, points at you notice 4 pillars that are holding this whole thing together with a stone. He gives you the advantage battle plan. He succeeded. He succeeds with a style, and you gain. You can invoke it twice.
Okay. So, how are we gonna do this? If we can bring it down, so on top of him, I want to try and, because they're busy handling this thing, and I want more things to go after the pillars so we can take them down. Scholar one.
At one of the pillars?
One of the
They will
pillars
not
and
break a
then
pillar. They'll break the scholar. So
So that's not a problem either. So,
Oh my God, you and the scholar.
I'm gonna go after one of the pillars and try and, make it fall over.
Smash it?
Smash it to pieces.
all right. We'll just say that. Yeah, go ahead. Roll forceful.
So I'm gonna, because no,
You're attacking. You're attacking.
because
So
of my
I'd say,
great strength, I get up.
yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll. I don't know what I'm gonna eat.
I think I'm going to Hoagie Man.
Tap 5.
Too much bread in my life already.
Yeah, I agree. Bread is the bread of the masses or whatever.
I'm at 2.
Bread and circus, that's what it was.
Did you hear that?
You can succeed at a cost.
Repeat that? Because that's pretty fucking
Do it, Mike. Nothing like getting your ribcage broken.
You'll break it, but something bad will happen.
I'm gonna use it last week. I'm one of my fate points here.
What a
I-
bro! Okay.
So
Succeed at a bigger cost.
I got
A bigger
2 fate
cock.
points left.
I've got 1 left.
I have 2 left.
Right, but every single one of my minotaurs is going to give.
Bro, I've been
1,
eating
2,
through
3, 4,
fate
5,
points
6,
all day.
3.
Go for it. Do it.
Last
Do
one,
it.
and then I'll need one just in case I'm gonna die here. Do 'em all.
Prove yourself to the Lord Commander.
Oh, jeez.
Lord of Fail, Mykal.
He touched the dice!
No one can dethrone Mykal. Cuckmaker, Lord of Fail.
Except myself.
All right, so what do you want to do? Take the cost or just fail?
So,
If you do take the cost, you get a fate point. Oh, you got a fate point for that.
For failing?
Yeah, or for taking the cost.
I'll take the cost.
All right, so you reach and you smash the timber. The creature's one of its many appendages almost takes a mind of its own. Its leg comes down, stabbing into your leg. You feel immense blossoming of pain as it courses through your entire body, and it lifts you and then flings you towards a window. You smash against the glass and land outside. You take a mild consequence, battered and cut.
Battered and cocked.
All right, so the thing is lobbied against you. It stabs at you with its spear. I'm just gonna use it already used the +2 boost already, so it's just gonna do its normal attack. Eat that, son. All right. How do you defend?
I will, I'll try to slap the spear away with my shield.
Okay.
I get a +2 to force hold it. Right?
That's for attacking, I believe. Or yeah.
I'm gonna attack the spear.
No.
The best defense.
I match his attack with attack.
Fuck. I guess I will try to. I'll try to get out of the way. I'll try to leap out of the way of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll quick. I have a +2.
Okay.
I got a +3.
You take 3 stress.
Yeah, I'm good.
It batters you. You leap out of the way, and just in time enough to put your shield up. The force of it knocks you pretty much smashing into like a chair on the pews, circular pews. Pick yourself up from the wall. What do you do?
I make sure I'm not bleeding. Then I flee. I'm just kidding. So what's the scenario in front of me then?
All right, so it's badly burned. He's got thrown out the window.
I watched him.
He's smashed against the floor or against the pews.
Do I have time to pull my bow out now? Because I'm farther away, right?
Yeah, you can.
Am I behind the side that has the spear?
Huh?
Like, what side of this creature is the spear on?
I'd say that the side of it's pointing towards you because you're the primary
Threat?
Yeah.
Okay. Stab it in the butt!
Okay, I want to use my heirloom, and I want to invoke the sure shot.
All right.
So I want to put this thing right where I want it.
All right.
Is there something like an epicenter of this creature? Or is it just?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
But you can tell like certain. You cut off its head and it's still very much alive.
I gotcha. Okay, well I'm gonna put it right for center mass on this thing.
For one man.
And do nothing.
What'd you get altogether though?
Well I got +2, right?
Yep. So
4,
5.
And then it's a careful.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 5 altogether.
Seems insane.
You can succeed at a cost.
What about the Fuego thing?
Oh, that's right. Do you want to tag that?
Oh, I gotta use fate point, don't I?
No, you don't have to. You can tag it once for free.
I'll tag it now.
So
You can discard.
you hit where you would assume, approximate where its head would be. The arrow is least, and it hits its flesh. It lets out a squeal, but it's still alive.
Fuck. Okay.
But it seems like it's still paying attention to him. You see a head poke out of the window. He goes, 3 pillars remain.
Go get the others!
Is it the scholar?
Yeah.
I love it.
He goes, they're busy. You're not.
Neither are you!
I can't break those things. I lost my spear. Someone threw it. Thought it would be a good idea to arm the monster.
Help me out, and we'll go after another pillar.
Son of a bitch. He climbs up.
Pillars remain.
He helps you up. And he goes, all right. You good?
Yes.
All right, let's do this. I can.
So he's gonna lead me to the next pillar,
Yeah.
and he said he's not strong enough
To do it himself. Yeah.
do it himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my strength and use him to knock over the pillar.
Oh my god.
All right, go ahead.
I need those.
The only reason I was expecting was rushing.
Okay.
But yes, typically you would be
So,
correct, but I wanted to...
Great strength, using an aspect, right?
Yep.
You're good. Great insight frequency, like everybody else.
Creating advantage, right?
Yep.
So I get +2 for an aspect, and then 4, 7. 4 sweet. 7.
All right. You smash another pillar, adding to the strength of this thing. One more pillar should do it.
Yeah. I used.
Oh yeah, and because you used him, he's now unconscious.
That's fine. I'm gonna drag him.
All right. Now you're picking yourself up from the wounded pews. It's focusing on you, and it's multiple appendages are clipping up. You can see underneath this thing, like almost like a ganglia, a number of weird grasping like appendages are reaching from underneath. This is probably how this thing eats. What do you do?
Am I anywhere near one of the pillars? Like, I assume since 2 of them are out, I've noticed.
You've noticed. We'll have you roll careful to see if you notice that.
I have a +0. I have a +0.
You can notice at a cost.
I'm good.
Oh, come on, take a cost. Just one.
I
You'll be fine. Oh, so what?
fine, whatever. Sure.
All right. The cost. You get a fate point.
Okay.
It rips your head off just clean. Oh, rips it off. No. As you're picking yourself up, it throws its spear at you. You deflect it, but then with its leg, it hits you again. You take a mild attack, bruised back, as you go flying into the 3rd pillar. Okay, so the thing is ready to fall. You have 3 invokes for this thing. You notice that the roof is caving in. What do you want to do?
Tell the people to flee. Get out of here.
They probably did that already. You know.
Oh, are they gone?
Yeah,
Okay.
he shamed them, and they're like, I'm going to go home.
I'm going to go write in my journal.
My journal.
Should I see the roof collapsing?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw the scholar at the other pillar.
Scholar to scholar combat. It pulls out its own.
I'm like, grab him, Mike, and we rip him in half and just beat the other pillar with his corpse.
Oh my god.
Some hate, some scholar hate.
I'm gonna rip his jaw off.
I don't know.
Scholar
Man.
is like the T-Rex.
It's my move.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Well, you can get people out, or you can try to pin the thing, or you can do whatever you want.
Shoot it in the butt.
pillar.
What's that?
Shoot it in the butt.
Pillar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the scholar out the window.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna throw the scholar out the window.
The one that was cracked and smashed already?
Yeah, it's
All right.
unconscious because I'm dragging him.
Yeah.
Throw him out the window. It's like,
All right.
All right, I'm gonna shoot it. I got a 3.
You got 3.
Jesus Christ!
Nothing happened. All right.
As it even succeeded at a cost.
No, I just shot it.
All right. So the arrows pepper its hide. It moves. It's moving closer to you. You're seeing the roof is about to crack. You can invoke all of this plan. Oh, you could have done that too.
What?
Invoked all
3.
three of the things of the roof collapsing.
Oh, and had it fall?
Yeah.
Well, shit, I would have done that.
So I'm gonna do that. So
Okay.
that's a +6, right?
Yep.
And then I'm also going to invoke my aspect, my secretly enjoys glory,
Okay.
for an additional +2.
Okay.
And I'm going to shield bash this the pillar to bring the
final pillar.
Yeah.
Okay.
To bring the ceiling down. So that in total, it's a +8. That's a +13 right now.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna get all negatives.
I'm going to use a fate point to reroll these.
Fair enough.
And same thing. So, let's see. I went from a +13. I'm at a +14.
14. Okay. Ground begins to crack, or the roof begins to crack. It can no longer host all these rocks. Everyone roll quick.
I beat you, Mike. Oh, no, I didn't.
That's fine.
Fuck.
Got a 1.
I'm gonna use my last fate point to reroll that. That's much better. I got a 4.
+1.
Got 4?
I got a 4.
+1.
+1? 4?
1.
Yeah, I've got missing line and construction.
You notice as the ceiling begins to fall, you move quick enough. But you also notice you can get out of there just fine. But they run the risk of boulders falling down on top of them. You can thwart this with your shields, but you're just going to have to take a risk. Do you leave them to deal with the fate on their own, or do you help them with your shield?
God, how much do I like you guys?
Not very much.
Not very much.
You guys
Yeah.
bonded with the
We did,
Simo decapitation.
Well, he kind of just built off of my decapitation.
Oh, no. It's like a Beatles thing going all over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a frustrated
Yeah.
frustrated huff, and I'm gonna run toward them and try to block the boulders.
All right. Boulder attack!
What use is glory if there's no one around to
See
ignite
ya,
me?
yeah, exactly. All right, go ahead, roll. Forceful.
All right, so
Being
I
a
got
bro.
+3.
Yep.
And secretly loves glory.
If you want to, yeah, I'll give you a fate point for that. That was pretty cool.
All right, so I'm at +5 then.
Oh no, you just have a fate point.
Oh, I
despite.
just got a.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want those cookies? I'm gonna use that fate point.
Okay.
I got a +3. I'm at a +6.
So boulders come down and you just knock them aside as you allow all three of you escape, and the whole thing collapses in on itself.
So the window that I threw the
congregation holds hands and they're like, "Kumbaya, my lord."
I'll stand up and yell, "I'm your god."
Okay.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
As he knocks away the boulders, I'm gonna dodge out of the way. As the window that I threw the scholar, I'm gonna land on the scholar.
This heavily armored man jumping on the frail scholar.
The scholar.
If he breaks up, what? I hate him.
I'm gonna say that you don't really know because you threw him out a window.
One instance of the scholar talking, and Mykal hates him for
branded.
Yeah, he's branded for life now.
He's done. That's it. Game over.
The scholar saved the day.
He goes.
The plan.
And he throws him.
The three of you stand. You can still see bits of the creature jutting out from the stone and rock, but it is not moving no longer. It's moving no longer. The people are in a daze, confused. You're all kind of wounded, beat up a little bit. Scholar wakes up, points at a rune, a marking, goes, "Yeah, that one was baby too." Falls asleep. No, no, he doesn't. As this is going on, how's your character currently feeling?
He's a little beat up, but he's a little angry that he had to risk himself to save them.
Yeah.
But he's pretty pumped from a big fight.
Yeah. How does your character feel?
I didn't do too much, so.
I think you did a lot.
Yeah, I mean two of the three pillars.
In fact, that was one of the final moves that ended up finishing the monster.
Yeah. Well, I still didn't do too much.
Okay. So does your character feel bad about that?
He feels like he could have done more.
In fact, this is actually a complete contradiction from the person you're like, you told him, get in the melee fight.
That's what I was
thinking. And
thinking.
then I didn't go in the melee fight, so I don't feel as accomplished as everybody else probably does.
I'm gonna shame the fuck out of him.
Where were you on that?
Melee shaming.
Where were you in that melee, buddy?
Just because you got ranged privilege. So.
He was in the way.
You think he was in the way?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say? Okay. So you're kind of kicking yourself for not being as useful.
Especially after you talked such a big game earlier.
Yeah. How do you feel about everything that's happening?
Thankful to be alive.
Yeah, the only things that are
So
not
that's the one thought. You're just like, all right, that shit was crazy.
That was awful.
Yeah.
How did you get out alive?
things in the other view. Front page of both.
He says that to me, and I just I thank Mykal.
That pillar idea was great.
The scholar wakes up for a second. Thanks.
I'm like, Mike, you're right, and I walk over and stab him.
E2.
E2
melee. All right. You guys each get a minor milestone.
Minor milestone.
You get a minor milestone. Do you look at the back of your characters? Do you feel like you've come any closer?
Yes. Either I grow my legend or yeah.
So you think you're making progress?
I think I'm.
Go ahead and put a check mark next to it. Because here you are in front of a crowd of people.
Not only killing the creature, but saving my friends. I mean acquaintances.
He said friends.
I mean tag-alongs.
All right, what do you got?
I don't know if I have yet.
Did either leave his shame or he will allow it to consume?
I think it was just reactionary.
How do you feel he will get to that point?
I think he's got to have something to challenge him. Right now, it's just been like, I gotta kill this.
Do you think that that's the way that he's going to get rid of his shame is through challenge or through something else?
Well, having a greater purpose. Like right now, it was just survival.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's how he's been looking at it from the very start.
Mm-hmm. So nothing really has changed for him yet.
Yeah, but once he finds that greater purpose. Okay.
So I put a check mark next to I find another reason to live or find a way to end it all. So it's more than find a way to end it all.
Yeah, because you didn't do shit in that fight. I'm gonna remind you.
Have a chair. Use a chair.
All right, so you get a minor milestone, which means you can switch the ratings of any 2 approaches. Does anyone want to do that?
What else can we do?
You can also rename one aspect that isn't your high concept. Do you think anything has changed about your character for when it comes to your that has happened in this?
No, he's not.
You can also exchange one stunt for a different stunt, or you can lower your refresh rate even further for an
additional stunt.
I'm going. Shit.
I'm just gonna flip those.
What are you flipping?
Careful and clever.
Careful and clever. You want to be less careful? Oh, you want to be more careful.
So you only had
Wait. Oh, did you just do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I might actually switch careful and clever too.
You know, so yeah, in this hellscape, it pays to be a little bit careful. You got clever with your scholar friend. Do you want to change anything?
I'm gonna switch careful and clever.
Because everything kind of worked out for me.
Except for that last fight.
I mean, it worked out for him. He didn't have to join.
Yeah. You need to get in the fight, man. Well, I cower with the pillars. You got.
You need to get in the fight so I don't have to.
It's pretty funny.
He's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. It would also be kind of cool, like if you lowered your stunt. If you lowered your refresh rate, you can do like once per, like spend a plot point to do something spectacular with your strength or something like that. But those are just ideas. All right, so that was the first session. What do you guys think?
Enjoyed it. I think we did pretty well.
I'm done with it.
You're done?
Where's Matt Miller? I need Matt Miller in my life.
He's writing a new article about how awesome Eldar are.
And how they don't need a nerf at all.
They should take all the buffs that Guard get, give it to the Eldar.
Well, they did take them.
Took a lot. And then they did some stupid shit. All right, guys. Did you have fun, Mykal?
Yeah.
Very good. Tim.
See you next Wednesday.
Yeah, see you next Wednesday, YouTube. This is going on the internet one day.